And we have a very, and as India keeps a close track on the developing situation in Afghanistan, we are being joined this afternoon by Lotfullah Najafizada, who's the director of Tolo News, joining us live from Kabul. He's been tracking the developments very, very closely along with this team of journalists at Tolo News. Lotfullah, first of all, thank you for speaking to Republic TV. The entire world has its focus on Afghanistan and the situation that is developing there. We're getting in reports that the Taliban has taken control of over 85%. Is that an accurate report?
The Taliban have made significant progress in terms of taking control of territory in the past 2 months, but in the same time, no provincial capital out of 34 provincial capitals that we have fallen into Taliban hands. So they have managed to take a lot of districts. Our count suggests something around 200 districts out of 400 plus are under Taliban control. But we should not forget that in every province, the provincial capital is definitely the most important area, which is under the government control.
Yes. And which are these strongholds of the Taliban that you are seeing? Because we had some development here in India as India evacuated a few diplomats and closed our offices in Kandahar. What's the worrying situation that you're seeing develop in some of these concerned regions?
I think the Taliban have taken areas in northern Afghanistan, including areas around Mazar-e-Sharif, where you have a consulate, and also in Kandahar, you're right. I think 4 or 5 districts in Kandahar have been taken by the Taliban in the past few days. So if you look at Afghanistan's map, I think there are significant insecurity and fighting going on throughout the country. And this is as a result of the US pullout. A huge vacuum is created. The Afghan security forces are trying to defend the country from Taliban aggression, but that needs to be seen whether they are capable of introducing a new stalemate or not. But I think these are indeed very difficult days for the country.
Yes, and we've seen and we've heard from your ambassador here in India, who has said that instability in Afghanistan and an unstable Afghanistan is not good, not just for the region, but around the world. Now, what are some of the concerns that you are seeing? Because here in India, everyone's watching the developments closely, Lotfullah, and we are worried. We are worried because for us, terror is something that we have dealt with and we continue to deal with. And we are afraid that an unstable Afghanistan would mean more trouble for India.
An unstable Afghanistan is a problem for Afghans first, and then of course for the region and beyond. I think the only consensus which is there, I see as a good thing in the region and in the broader international community, that there must be peace in Afghanistan. And peace can only happen through a political settlement. There is no military solution, either from the Taliban side, which may have an upper hand these days, or from the government and the Americans, for that matter, who are here fighting for 20 plus years. So I think it's in the interest of everybody to promote a political settlement between the Republic of Afghanistan and the Taliban.
And what is the sense you're getting on whether such a settlement is possible given the current situation?
It's a tough question. There were some contacts in Tehran 2 days ago, meetings between representatives of the Taliban from their political office in Doha and some Afghan political leaders and personalities from Afghanistan who were representing the republic. That engagement is, just happened. There are also contacts in Doha, where the Republic has a large team, and the Taliban, most of their political leaders are based there. So they engage, I think, more frequently in the recent days. But I think one would also doubt their intention, whether they really want peace, or they want to take Afghanistan by force. I think it's important to keep that peace channel open. It's important to engage with the Taliban. Countries like India, which has already started talking to the Taliban, I think that needs to be accelerated. All leverage should be used to bring the two parties closer to each other. So I believe a political settlement is the only solution, and we all should try to make that happen.
Yes, and globally, and we're seeing so much of a debate around the U.S. and the way that the U.S. is pulled out. And I mean, what are the reactions that you're picking up from the people of Afghanistan? Are they happy that after over 2 decades, such a pullout has descended Afghanistan into further chaos?
The consequences of the pullout have been significant, serious, and the level of violence that you see throughout the country, I think, is a result of that. But Americans were supposed to leave one day anyway. Maybe we can question the timing of the withdrawal, but the nature of the withdrawal, I think, was inevitable. One day it was going to happen. I think when Obama came to power in 2009, he was talking about withdrawal from Afghanistan. So that has been on the U.S. agenda for more than half of their 2 decades of presence here. And they were always talking about leaving, one day with conditions, the other day without conditions, the other day with keeping a residual force or not. But I think an American departure was inevitable. That has happened. I think we should accommodate the new reality and try to engage with the very strong U.S. diplomatic presence, which is here. The United States has one of its biggest embassies in the world here in Kabul. And the level of, I think, commitment and aid is still there for the next couple of years. That has to be, so the new reality has to be embraced. This is not the end for Afghanistan and the U.S. I think it's up to both Afghan leaders and American leaders how to really redefine the relationship which serve interests of both countries.
Okay. Lutfullah, thank you. Thank you for speaking to Republic TV. Thank you for your time. And we look forward to speaking to you again and wish you all the very best. And be safe while reporting there. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Have a good day.